As usual, always grateful to life, God, our creator, and our ancestors for creating this opportunity for us to be able to get together on a weekly basis to support each other in life and in business. This is another OFC Weekly. And for those who are new to it or new to watching our recording, this whole thing came to being because of a relationship that we have or a collaboration we have with BNI, which stands for Business Networking International. We have created OFC BNI chapter where for those who are interested in leveling up in business are welcome to join a BNI or they are welcome to join our BNI chapter. BNI is the largest business networking platform on the planet, serving over 300,000 business owners. But they do have a very rigid process in terms of how they operate and what the expectations are. And not everybody is either BNI ready or interested in being a part of BNI. So it's why we created this alternative where we get together following some of the key tips and tricks from BNI, which is getting together on a weekly basis, getting to know each other a little bit more, and one getting up early in the morning to be able to do it. Just kidding. But the whole point is for us to be able to get together to be able to build on a consistent basis and to support each other in leveling up. What to expect and how we usually get down. So we start off with just running, well, we start off with a motivational clip and then running some of the ads of the affiliates within the community. Affiliates are our partners of the community, and we're here to support you all in terms of individuals and business owners. And then we have quick announcements by myself, which I'm doing right now. And then we're going to have a teachable moment from Ken, who is another one of our partners within the community. And then from our teachable moment, we would go into our topic or our roundtable or topic of today. And actually, well, today we're a smaller group, so I guess we're just going to be brainstorming. And then as we are getting ready to close out, we create an opportunity for our featured guests. Today we have Shiata and Malika from Westcan who are going to be joining us. Just to let us know a little bit more about themselves, their organization, and an amazing initiative that they have going on with the Petit Carry Mass, also known as Junior Carnival, coming up this year. So that is it. Also for housekeeping, well, like I said, we're a smaller group. Normally we have about 60 to 90 seconds when doing our roundtable, but today we're free to just chat. Also, the sessions are completely bilingual, but we are a predominantly English group for today. But usually, if we are not all Anglophone, I'd encourage everybody to speak in the language of their choice, and if necessary, we will translate. And now, and also the sessions are recorded. So when we are networking and promoting ourselves, just to remember to give our contact information. So I'm switching it up a little bit where I'm doing my updates just at the beginning, just very quick to let you guys know some of the cool things that are coming up. So we are transitioning next season, starts in July, and it's relationship season within the OFC. So we're going to be doing workshops, couple workshops. It's going to be really awesome. We're going to be doing workshops for families to reconnect with their youth. We're going to be doing workshops with adults discussing how we could reconnect with our youth and where we could search other alternatives for getting them off of the devices because we do see what's happening with our youth coming up, and if we don't start taking more proactive means or measures as adults in their lives, it's very possible that we lose an entire generation to technology. So we need to figure out ways to navigate that, and we'll also be doing workshops on building relationships with yourself, understanding who you are, understanding what you are on a physical, spiritual, and emotional level. So these are some of the awesome workshops we're going to be doing. Oh, I forgot, we'll also be having workshops on communication, networking, different things like that. One of the other things we're going to be switching up is for the next season, our weeklies are going to switch time. So we have been taking in feedback from people within the community, and we're rotating. So every season, we're actually going to move the times of our weekly just to give those who don't have an opportunity to join during the week because of their schedules an opportunity to participate on the weekend. So during this next season, over the next 3 months from July, August, and September, the OFC weeklies are going to be on a Saturday or Sunday, where now we're just going through the feedback that we've gotten from the members to determine which is going to be a better day. And again, it's just to create an opportunity for everybody to be able to participate in these. And just a little heads up, the season after that, which is going to be health season, we're going to be switching the times again, and the sessions are going to be in the evening. So this way, everybody gets an opportunity throughout the year to be able to participate, and and we could network with different people. So that's just making that fun. All right. Last quick little update is we're still collecting surveys. The OFC survey that we're doing in collaboration with Beck. So we're going to be sharing that with you all before the end of the session. Just to remind you guys to take your surveys if you haven't done it yet. All right, that is it for announcements. Now we're going to transition to Brother Ken. Uncle Ken, how are you doing today with our teachable moment?
Grand rising, everybody. Hope that woke you up because it woke me up. Anyway,
Thanks, Ken.
I wanted to talk about profitable client strategies today. Why? Because it's the mindset you need to have in business. So many of us are chasing the wrong type of client. There exists a client for every product and service out there. Every product and service out there. Remember that. The motivational speaker spoke about having the focus of a lion. Absolutely. When you think about it, in many cases, only 80% of our clients are generating 20% of our revenues. What if you could change that? What if you could find 20% of your clients, like many businesses, actually, that can generate 80% of your revenues? You'd probably have a lot more time. And you could focus on some other stuff, like your strategic planning for your business, instead of just the operational aspects. So it begs the question, why do we spend so much time on the wrong types of clients? Simply because we've never taken the time to define what that actual 20% is. We've never thought about it. So I want to encourage you to take the time to define who are your profitable clients. How do you do that? Simply come up with a list of parameters, 5 to 10 as an example, and define that. And then start to focus on your goals and what matters. Become a lion in everything you do. And that's how you're going to grow your business intelligently. And if you want more info on this concept, send me an email to KINGRAM@TACRESULTS.com. And I'll be happy to send you some more information or even have a chat with you for free. That's my teachable moment. Go out there and be a lion.
Ken, that is exceptional. Thank you very much for sharing that. And I think that is a gem because in this era and this age, the goal is we kind of want to save as much time as we can. Time is the most valuable thing that we have as a people. And if we can spend more of our time dealing with the main clients that generate the bulk of our revenue, it definitely will free up a lot of time for us to be able to do other things like spend time with family and to build our community. So that is awesome. And I definitely would like to deep dive with you on that one just to ensure that, the community at large knows how to basically build with the right clients. And actually, I don't know if you are on the call.
No, you went on mute.
Sorry about that. I just want to make sure everybody on the call has had an opportunity to connect with Ken. We are working towards getting a sales program and coaching program subsidized. So soon, Malika Shet, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to connect with Ken. Perfect. Because it is all we need at this point is just a letter of intent from you guys to show that you are interested. And our goal is to be able to get the program subsidized. And I could speak, just from experience, the keys and the tips and the tricks that you learn in terms of the fundamentals when setting up your business and how to operate in the next level in terms of how to sell and how to know buying signs and different things like that. Game changer. So something I strongly encourage for everyone in the community to connect with and to connect with Ken for. Awesome. So thank you for that, Ken. So now we're going into a little activity, and how we do our activities is very simple. We still create an opportunity for people to introduce themselves, let people know who they are, what they do. But we've been finding cool little nuances, little games and stuff like that to play as we're doing our roundtable. And today we're doing something a little different. We did a hot seat a couple of months ago. Actually, shoot, could even be over a year ago at this point, I think now. When first we had Jarvis Gray, which is our growth strategist coming from Atlanta. And he was the first one that we ever participated in the hot seat with, and he did it in person. And what the hot seat is where you take one person from within the community, They share what their challenge is, and then as a collective, we work together to solve the problem. So now we're a smaller group today, so we're going to do that. And well, technically, I would nominate Sue as Sue is our resident. She's our business owner. Ken's a coach, so Ken doesn't have any problems. Ken is.
I do have problems.
Yeah, okay, so that's big. We're and Chef and Malika, they're our featured guests, so we're gonna deep dive with them towards the end. So you know what? I think because we're a smaller group, we should be able to go through everybody, where we could all work together in terms of solving our problems. So first, as we do our round table, we'll start with Sister Sue. And Sister Sue, the way this is gonna work, you'll introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what you do, and you're going to share one challenge that you're having. And then as a collective, we're going to brainstorm together. And then we'll do the same for Ken. And we'll do the same. And then by that time, it should be the time to connect with Westcan. So we'll do the same with Westcan and deep dive with them as we hear a little bit more about them and their organization. All right. So it'll be a fun little exercise we're doing this morning. So Grand Rising, Sister Sue.
Grand Rising, everybody. Yes, so my name is Sue. I'm the founder of Végé Tropical, which is a plant-based Jamaican patty company that's located here in Montreal. So I started this company actually in 2022, but before that, I would say it was during the pandemic lockdown, when I was trying to find a way to combine my two loves, of entrepreneurship and cooking. I couldn't get out to, purchase my patties because of the lockdown. There was a time when we were afraid to leave home. So I decided, you know what, let me see if I can make the patties myself. So I started experimenting with fillings that I thought would be really, really interesting, really delicious inside patties. And I just practiced. I just kept practicing and I finally got it down packed. And then I decided to test the market by signing up and selling the patties at farmers markets. They did very well. And that's when I thought, okay, I think I'm gonna go with it. This is gonna be my business. I started taking some business courses. I got my permits, and here I am today. So now we have 4 kinds of plant-based patties available. You can check them out on my website. You can purchase directly through the website, or you could just call 438-876-4047. The 4 kinds are vegan beef. Okay, we've got curry squash and potato. We have jerk black bean and sweet potato. And the latest one is the curry vegan chicken. Now, I replaced the chicken with wild local mushrooms. Fantastic. One of my best sellers. My biggest challenge today, right now, is production. I have to start finding ways to make the patties faster. Right now I can make 30 in an hour. I need to double that. I need to be able to make like 60 at least in an hour. So I've looked into different equipment that could help. I found I was using like a dough sheeter instead of a rolling pin.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can imagine, rolling out patties, it's a long process. So then I started working with the dough sheeter, but because the patties, the thickness is very thin, the dough sheeter was it was too aggressive. It was breaking the dough. So that didn't help. So now I'm looking into a dough press. Okay. It's $2,000. I tested one out. It might help a lot.
Okay. So now, so this is so the challenge is you need to make more patties, and that the machine you just mentioned, the last one there, you said is $2,000, and it might help. That is what it's called. What, sorry?
Yeah, it's called a dough press. So I'll just put a ball of dough in the machine, It's a manual machine, and then I'll just close it and it'll flatten it out for me in a nice round circle. And then I can put it on my other machine that I purchased, which is like a turnover machine. Just put the dough on top of the machine. I place the filling. I use the crank, and it closes the patty, and just makes the design and everything.
And that dough press is to save you from having to roll it out manually. That's what
Exactly.
okay, got it.
Save
And
me time.
and the goal is to, all right, so you're currently doing, you said 30 an hour, your goal is to double it. You need to be able to make at least. And what about bringing in an extra set of hands? Would that help, or is that like you would still need the equipment if you had two sets of people?
Yeah, if I had somebody helping me, yeah, I would still need another turnover machine. So, and then
The re-
paying somebody.
Mhm.
that-
Right, and then there's an additional expense.
yeah,
What about volunteers?
they're unreliable. I have to just invest. I know I've been holding back from spending another $2,000, but this is my business. It's going to be a good investment.
Mhm.
In the end, I'll be able to I'll be more profitable. So
Okay, because then you'll be able to make more, get more out.
yeah,
Can any solutions come to mind? And okay, and I actually, so then this isn't a piece of equipment that you need. Now I know we had spoken about looking at getting some additional funding, like even for something like this that can help you generate more money. I know we had spoken about going to Afro Entrepreneur as well to see about if they could inject any capital. Um, and I know there are some things that we're working on towards getting prepared to connect with them. 'Cause I know they offer funding, especially if you show that the money that you're getting is to help you to generate more money. They have grants for those type of things. Um, so maybe, and because I think this is the first time we actually speak about you purchasing more equipment. Last time we spoke about launching a marketing campaign and different things like that. Um,
yeah.
but $2,000 to purchase some equipment to help you produce more could be something. Um, you know, I don't say low hanging fruit, but it could be even easier to get the funding for that than the marketing, because you could show that with this machine you can produce more point final and produce
Yeah,
more.
well, I did reach out to Apple Entrepreneur, and they, I don't know, unless they have another program, but they were willing to help me if I work with a consultant, like a specialist, like a consultant in marketing, and they're willing
Okay,
to pay, I think it was up to 70%,
5,000, 80%.
80%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
for them to, help me with equipment, I don't know if they'll do that. I have to go somewhere else for that. Maybe ask for.
And did we already speak of PME? And were you able to get any funding from PME for equipment?
No, I have not. No.
Have you approached PME?
Yes, I have. They ask for a lot of paperwork first. They need an updated business plan, which I have to redo because I did my business plan in 2021. Now we're 2024. So I have to redo a business plan. That's time. Then they want 3 years of financial statements. Okay, have to do that.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure I'm profitable already. I'm still, I'm a startup. So they ask for a lot to get a loan. The only place that was
Well,
willing to give me a loan was
P
Microcredit Montreal. They gave me a loan of $6,000.
well, no, but PME actually, I'm thinking about the grant program because the fund I'm thinking about is not a loan; it's a grant where they do up to 80% as well. There is a laundry list of things that they ask for. Actually, I just sent it to one of another member just yesterday, actually. So there's a lot of things that they ask for, but it's funds that they're willing to give you. Like they'll give you up to 80% of what you need. Like it's a grant, so it's not a loan; you don't have to pay it back. And especially in your case, because you're making they're here to help you to scale your business. So if you can make the case that by you purchasing this equipment, it could help you to generate more, you can be a real good candidate. But yes, it does take time. I would strongly recommend, if you already have a business plan, pop it into Chat GPT and have Chat um update your business plan. Like you punch in, I don't know if you're familiar with using Chat or not, but it is something where you could copy paste the entire business plan into it, make notes of what your updates are, and Chat will update your business plan for you, and then feed it back to you with all the updates. It'll take you no time. I don't say no time at all. Everything takes time, but not as long as if you manually have to rewrite your entire business plan. Okay, so if those things help, and I have an awesome rep at PME Montreal that we've been working with for years. So I could always even set up a preliminary call. The way PME works is by region. But still, we could have a preliminary call with the rep that we've been working with, and he could connect you with the person in your area. And like I find they're great because the rep does walk you step by step, like everything you want to that you need to get done. Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
so
I have a rep as well. I'll reach out to him again. I'll ask him about this grant.
yeah, exactly. Say you heard about this grant, 80%, and how's this work? Because you definitely need the support, like
Yeah.
to purchase this piece of equipment. Um, did anybody else have any other thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of things come to mind. Some of the schools have cooking programs, and they might be interested and willing to help you. The other thing that I was thinking about, Mr. Patty's been in business for quite some time, and I don't believe they have a vegan product. And it would be a way for them to open up, diversify a little, and in doing so, help you with what you're doing. So it could be an interesting partnership
Collaboration.
to ask the question. Do you, Mr. Patty, I don't know the person's name, Farrow, you might know, or perhaps Jermaine Wallace knows the people at Mr. Patty, and because they have production facilities and they do beef and chicken and other stuff, and maybe they'd be interested in having a vegan line of products that so it's an interesting partnership that could be a beneficial, and they've got all the equipment, et cetera, et cetera. So it could be an idea.
Okay, where Sue could supply them. That's a very good idea. Or maybe create a collaboration where they let Sue use their kitchen, their
Yeah,
where they produce.
yeah. Maybe
That
maybe they're not fully using all the equipment that they have, and they'd be more than willing to have you on site, and maybe some of their staff, et cetera, et cetera. It could be an interesting uh, thing to explore.
on that note, you never know. They might even have some older equipment that they're willing to sell, like used equipment that they were using to mass produce patties as well.
Yeah.
So it definitely could be worth a conversation. See if they have anything that you could use that you could purchase from them at a cheaper rate, because they bought new stuff and they didn't get rid of the old stuff, and they have some equipment there, so it could be an opportunity there as well.
Jermaine Wallace has been very good at finding equipment for his restaurant at very favorable prices. So and he's a nice person, a nice man.
So Jermaine, you know Jermaine Wallace, Sue? Jermaine Wallace
I,
from
I've
Mhm.
spoken to him, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe he does. So he could be another person that worth just connecting to, saying what you're looking for, and seeing if he knows somebody who might know somebody. That could be another window there as well. Sweet.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope those things helped, Sue, and
Like
please let
this.
us know. Let us know. As you do the research or whatever the case, come back to us and let us know if any of the suggestions were able to assist. At the end of the day, it might just be a collective GoFundMe to help you raise the money for the machine. But hey, let's see. We can see what we make happen. Ken, you have problems? We have 3 minutes, and then we're gonna transition to Westcan. So Ken, let us know who you are, what you do again, and what is your challenge that we can help you with.
So I'm Ken Ingram. I'm a professional business trainer and coach. I started the business 20 years ago after I left my corporate job with Bombardier Aerospace. I was a aerospace test engineer. After 9/11, we had to downsize engineering, and I was in the senior engineering management, so I ended up being retired at age 44. But I needed intellectual stimulation. I needed a new passion. I needed to reinvent myself. So I got involved in training and coaching of companies. First year, extremely profitable, got all my investment back. So obviously I said at that point, I must know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's been 20 years. It's been a great ride. I've had a lot of fun working with all types of clients and all types of industry. And my biggest problem is procrastination, because if you were a professional athlete or wanted to be a professional athlete, you'd find a coach to work with and a trainer so that that person could then optimize your skills and abilities. My biggest challenge is a lot of business owners, they don't see the value in investing in themselves. They're so busy focusing on their passion of whatever business that they're in, that they haven't given much thought to actually learning the business skills that would help them be more successful. So they tend to go through several years of mediocre revenues, and in many cases they give up and they go back to working for a company. So I like to teach sales because it's something that most business owners have never taken and they don't focus on, and it can mean the difference between closing the deal and not getting the deal. I focus on leadership because as you grow, if you want to attract the right people to work with you, your leadership skills are going to be very important. And going back to what Sue said about strategy, again, so many of us get so busy, bogged down in the operational aspects of our business that we forget about the strategy. And we should be spending at least 3-4 hours on our strategy every week. But how can we do that? So I've got some great programs. I'm a professional business coach. Yes, you could go to McGill and Concordia. You'd probably pay them about the same money as working with me. The interesting thing is they won't give you a payment plan. They won't they'll say, yes, the course is from this date to that date, and after it's over, it's bye-bye and have a nice life. Well, Ken doesn't disappear. Ken is always in your life, and that's what makes me a little different. And so my biggest challenge is procrastination, because a lot of people don't see the value in investing in themselves, the basic business skills that they need in order to get that slight edge over their competitors. That's my challenge. And so yeah.
But now, is it safe? Because then, because what's a little confusing, because what I'm hearing, I'm looking at time, and I don't want to, we can't deep dive. I think we might have to take your challenge and bring it to next weekend and address it a little more detail. But because when I hear procrastination as your challenge, like it makes me think, well, you don't really procrastinate too much. So you mean, like, so then I don't think what you're saying is your actual challenge. Your challenge is more getting people to know about the services that you offer and seeing the value in it,
Which is
right? So
why I did that great video
mhm.
with Preston.
Right. Yeah, that's one example. And I think one of the things, though, like a quick thing that comes to my head is to know how much are you leveraging technology? Like how much are you leveraging the AI and the leveraging tech in this day and age. There
Yeah.
could be and the demographic that you're looking for, are you sure that it lines up in terms of the people that you're trying to meet? Because one of the things that you said yourself is that there's a particular price point to be able to work with you, but the clientele that you're working with a lot of time might not be able to afford it, right? So now we have a little bit of a
And
gap
and
there.
and that's a really great observation, and I agree with you 100%. Larger companies are better for me, absolutely. But I want to work with the smaller people because they're the people that need it the most. So in my
Okay.
case, I choose to work with the 80% of the people that only generate 20% of my revenues. I choose
Mm,
that
okay. So
because
then,
mo
mhm.
because most people would never in a million years have access to a guy like me.
I get it. Okay. No, so now okay. So I get what you're saying, and I think so. We definitely want to deep dive. Let's put a pin in your challenge, so we could dive into it a little bit next week. Because I think it's a good one and something worth racking our brains a little bit on. So I want to transition because we have a couple of minutes left. We have 7 minutes to be exact. And I want to give an opportunity to our featured guest today from Westcan, which is Shiata Lewis and Malika Ford, to one bless us, let us know a bit about themselves, well, their organization and the program that they're running. And then, hey, at the end, we could address one of the challenges that they might be having as well. Westcan, you're on. No, Shiata, you're on mute. And Malika just dropped out by mistake.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Malika, but Grand Rising, everyone. Thank you for having us on, featured guest this morning. Yeah, so my name is Shiata. I'm from Westcan Folk Performing Company, and we're joined this morning with Malika, Malika Ford. She's also a member and operating manager of Westcan Folk Performing Company. So we're looking forward to one, working with Ken. You know, spreading our wings and really diving in and maximizing our efforts here as we work in the community in Montreal. Westcan's been around for over 45 years, and we specialize in Caribbean folk culture. So, and Caribbean folk arts. So everything from dancing, drumming, singing, storytelling, theater, we've done many productions right across Canada. We've been involved. We've traveled. The group has traveled to Europe, Africa, all across the Caribbean, doing performances, teaching workshops, doing cultural exchanges, all things that we really help us to solidify our position as ambassadors or lovers of Caribbean culture, and bringing in um, the art form to help us to um, present it. So
Okay.
this is what Westcan does. And Malika and I are sisters, and we grew up. We were born in Montreal and grew up in the Caribbean. And when we came back to Canada, we found Westcan, and we've been in Westcan ever since. It has really given us a sense of belonging, helped us to really spread our wings and feel like a safe space for us to release our creativity, where no matter what our shape, our body shape, our size, our hair texture, whatever, it was accepted right across. And I'm saying this because when I was young, as a young person, I loved dance, and I tried many different styles of dance, been to tons of different dance schools, and I excelled. I did very well in it, and at the same time experienced a lot of challenges in terms of racial disparities. You know, like, oh, your butt's too big, your shoulders are this and that, and all these things. Like, I can't fit into the mold of the typical ballerina shape, right? But I never felt that judgment or so on when it came to being involved in Westcan. So I appreciate Westcan for that sense, that soft space to land that it offered. And we're still here, we're still doing what we do, and we are still that resource for the community. Yeah.
Nice. Well, and thank you for that, and thank you for sharing about Westcan. Now I know we have something coming up. So it's the Junior Carnival or Petit Carry Mass. So if you could share with us about this event that's coming up. I'm going to share what I have on my screen too, just so people could get a better idea of what it is. But you could start to introduce it.
Okay, so the Junior Carnival is that it's a carnival for the juniors. So from age 1 to 18, the youth can participate in the cultural expression, wearing carnival costumes, portraying carnival characters, doing the dances, enjoying the music and the rhythms of a Caribbean carnival. We everything is tailored towards the youth, right? So this year our portrayal is that of the sailors, the fancy sailors, and our theme is embodying the Caribbean seas. So we are adorned, the sailors are adorned with sea creatures that they have helped to clean the ocean and make the waterways safe and clean, because we know that even this year, earlier this year, we experienced an oil spill off the coast of Tobago. So, these things are really important. And I think that we're using this opportunity to engage and educate the children about the importance of keeping our waterways clean for our environment. So they are the fancy sailors adorned with sea creatures that they've helped to clean up their waterways and keep the oceans clean.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know a couple quick questions for those who want to participate, who might want to get their children involved. How does it work? What are the rules of engagement? How do they participate, and how can they help?
Yes, help is always needed. Volunteers are golden. They are so appreciated. So to get involved, you simply you can reach out to us. You can reach out to us online. You can also call. The phone number is 514-641-9149. You'll be reaching Malika, and she can walk you through the registration process. We have a location that we're using as our mass camp. And the mass camp is basically where all the magic happens. That's where we get together and we build and we create and we really tailor the costumes for each little one. So volunteers are always needed there. We meet on Thursdays and Fridays for now, in the evening, so after 6 p.m. And yeah, we just get together and we get our hands in and we glue and cut and stick and build and make the craft. And it's also an educational process too, because we get to learn how to make costumes using materials that you wouldn't necessarily think can go together. So it's a great creative process.
Man, thank you for that, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for participating with us this morning. I don't know if Ken or Sue, if you guys had any questions or anything else you wanted to ask Shai as we're getting ready to close out um, concerning the Junior Carnival.
Yeah, the only idea that comes to mind when I think about Westcan is to work with a promoter. And I'm just wondering if Big Will would not be willing to, aside from his comedy, which is comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Become a promoter for Westcan, because he's the kind of guy that could potentially really blow up Westcan to something significantly bigger. He's used to putting on large events, raising money, et cetera, et cetera. He'd be an interesting person to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for sharing that. So Big Will or and if not Big Will, just connecting with a promoter, like
A
people who are
promoter,
in
yeah.
the industry of
Yeah.
mobilizing people and creating awareness. Thank you for sharing that, Ken. That is awesome.
Wonderful, great. Yeah.
And and Sister Sue, did you have any questions or comments as we're getting ready to close out?
No, I really enjoyed the presentation, and I think you guys were offering like a fitness class as well, right?
Yeah.
Soka Fit, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually we're having our last class for the session next week, Monday. So come and join us. Yeah, I know it's next week Monday. Then we're taking a little break for the summer.
okay,
We'll have other activities that we'll be offering, but the the sweat classes will be stopping as of next week. So next week Monday is going to be our last one for the session.
okay. Well, this month actually, I'm preparing to move, so I don't have any extra time, but I am
Next season.
interested in the Soka Fit class, definitely.
We will keep you posted.
Thank
That
you.
is awesome. Well, guys, thank you. Shieta from Westcan, I thank you for participating with us this morning. And thank you, Ken and Sue, for joining. I hope our hot seat session was fun and productive. For those on Ken, we have to put a pin in yours and follow up for next week. I think it'll be fun to continue. And with that, guys, I'm wishing you all an exceptional day. And I just ask that life just continue to bless each and every one of you, that your businesses and organizations be able to continue to grow and expand, to continue to support you, your family, as well as your OFC community. Amen and Ashe, guys. Thank you for participating today and have a great day.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
You guys
one.
doing-
Bye.
Bye.
everyone.